A culture is as rich and capable of surviving as it has imaginative artists. It is with this in mind that I initiated a means for new and budding writers to have a chance for their creative efforts to be seen and acknowledged. These words, written by philosopher and best-selling writer L. Ron Hubbard 25 years ago, have changed the lives of thousands who have entered a contest that bears his name. The L. Ron Hubbard's Writers of the Future contest. In each of those years, a dozen or so would-be writers have been welcomed into the world of science fiction and fantasy as published professionals, and countless others have been inspired to keep writing, keep entering, and keep dreaming their vision of the future. L. Ron Hubbard understood that vision well, as only a fellow writer can. Beginning in the 1930s, Hubbard was one of the most prolific writers of the golden age of pulp fiction magazine publishing. Writing under multiple pen names for multiple magazines, he produced hundreds of fiction stories, shorts to novel length, in virtually every popular genre, from westerns and mysteries to land, air, and sea adventures. It was his keen interest in science and space and the allure of worlds of fantasy where Hubbard made his indelible mark, writing classics like Fear, Final Blackout, Slaves of Sleep, Typewriter in the Sky, To the Stars, and the Old Doc Methuselah series, all of which continue to be entertaining and thought-provoking. As successful as he was during these years, Hubbard was equally determined to help other writers succeed. He wrote classic how-to articles on writing, gave lectures, and headed the New York chapter of the American Fiction Guild. In the early 1940s, Hubbard even funded a small writing contest to inspire beginning writers, setting the stage for what was to come. In 1983, after a 3-decade hiatus, L. Ron Hubbard returned to fiction writing in epic style by authoring the New York Times best-selling Battlefield Earth, followed by the 10-volume internationally best-selling Mission Earth series. While cementing his literary legacy with these two huge works, Hubbard wished to continue his other legacy, helping new talents carry on the mantle of the speculative fiction genre in which he flourished. Hubbard created a new contest for new writers never professionally published. An all-star jury of writing greats would serve as judges. Entries would be free, with meaningful cash prizes and stylish awards. The contest would publish an ongoing print anthology and further encourage the winning writers with a week-long workshop led by renowned professionals. The response was, and continues to be, magic. Hundreds of submissions came pouring in within months. From them came a significant handful of publishing gems. Over 25 years, overseen by speculative fiction's elite, the contest has easily become the gold standard for science fiction and fantasy writers to measure their work. Now, thousands of entries arrive each quarter from across the globe, and the contest's anthologies form a must-read list of who's hot and new in speculative fiction. In that same quarter century, the Writers of the Future contest has seen the passing of the literary torch. As some of its earliest writer judges have left us, others have taken up the call, including some contest alums, continuing L. Ron Hubbard's tradition of paying forward to foster the future. And what began as Hubbard's legacy for writers has transformed into something far greater, a beacon of creative spirit. Its success has given rise to the equally impressive and respected Illustrators of the Future contest, now in its 19th year, with professional judges selecting artists who push the vision of speculative fiction and graphic arts ever forward. The collective spirit of the contests also has inspired a host of activities: an International Writers' Symposium at the United Nations, a celebration of literary history at the Library of Congress, discussions at NASA, Cape Canaveral, Caltech, Seattle's Science Fiction Museum, San Diego's Air and Space Museum, and multiple events at the epicenter of film entertainment. Creative stars of all types have cast their glow on the contests. Science visionaries, authors, astronauts, artists, actors, and actresses. Hundreds of civic and community proclamations have honored the contest's impact on publishing, equality, and exploration. Among them, Publishers Weekly calling the Writers of the Future contest the most enduring forum to showcase new talent in the genre. To date, more than 600 aspiring writers and artists have been given the chance to have successful professional careers through the contests, not counting the numerous unchosen entrants who continue to pursue their publishing dreams, driven by the encouragement of the judges and the contests. The contest's winners have gone on to publish well over 500 novels, 3,000 short stories, and more than 3 million illustrations in the field. L. Ron Hubbard once wrote that science fiction does not come after the fact of a scientific discovery or development. It is the herald of possibility. It is the plea that someone should work on the future. Yet it is not prophecy. It is the dream that precedes the dawn. For a quarter century, L. Ron Hubbard's Writers and Illustrators of the Future contests have inspired writers and artists to dream of that future. It is with satisfaction and respect for what has transpired, and with the thrill of anticipation primed for what is to come, that we unlock the vault to another generation of dreams and reveal the inspired dawns which await the next 25 years of writers and illustrators of the future.